Hello everyone, this is Ronick Fru again. I'm going to be guiding you through lab number 10, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, and SCP, Secure Copy Protocol. In this lab, we're going to set up FTP server on Windows, transfer file from Windows to Kali using FTP. Keep this in mind, you might be tested on that. Use SCP to transfer a file to Kali, and observe FTP and SCP using Wireshark and see why SCP is a more secure option. If you haven't gone through this lab before, please watch the video. However, follow along with me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and log into a Kali machine, because this is where we're going to run our Wireshark. Log in. We've gone through this process in multiple labs, so you should be familiar with logging to Kali and as well running Wireshark live. So we're going to click on our terminal and we're going to use the sudo command in Wireshark and press enter. Go ahead and log in your password. There we go. Okay. Our interest here is a ETH0 interface. We're going to highlight that and we're going to go ahead and click the blue thing to run Wireshark while we go through this process. Okay, Wireshark is running. I'm just going to go ahead and minimize it so it runs on the back end. Okay, step 4, we're going to go to our Windows server. That's where we're going to create a user, and then we're going to create a file on that desktop, and then we're going to come back to a Kali and remote access the Windows server and try to transfer or copy that file over to the Kali machine. So that's a summary of what we're going to do. Okay, so while on the Windows machine, we're going to launch FileZilla, which is a free open source file transfer protocol used for both clients and server machines. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that. I'm going to go ahead and agree, which is step 6. Step 7, we're going to leave it standard default as it is, and we're going to click next. Step 8, we're just going to let the destination folder sit in the C. I'm going to click next. Step 9, we're going to leave the default port number, which is 14147. I'm going to click next on that. And step 10, we're going to run the install while it loads. Okay, completed. So we're going to go ahead and close, and FileZilla will pop up. Okay, so the information that we have here, the host, we're going to leave that as a local host because it's local, and we're going to maintain the default port for purposes of this lab. We're going to go ahead and create a password. There we go. Okay, create a password and we click the connect. Step 12, we're going to go ahead and create a user for our file transfer protocol server. We do that by going to edit, users, then we come down here and click on add users. Our username is going to be Kali. I'm going to go ahead and type Kali, and we're going to click OK to validate that. Scroll down. 14 says, hey, let's create a password. Let's set up a password for this user. So we're going to go ahead and check this box. I'm going to go in there and set up a password for this user. Type in, then we're going to click OK. Validate. Okay, in our step 15, we need to share folders with a new user, and by doing this, we're going to go under the shared folders and click on add. Under my PC, we're going to navigate down to the C drive. We're going to expand that. We're going to go to the users directory and we're going to select administrator. Okay, and we're going to click OK. Now we need to give some permissions to our user. Read is checked already by default. We're just going to go ahead and check the write. So our user now has the write and read permissions. We're going to come down here and click OK to validate. Before we navigate from this Windows machine, we are required to create a text file, because that's the text file we're going to transfer over to the Kali when we remote into this machine. So we're going to go to new, check in text, and we're just going to rename that to transfer me. There we go. Remember, when you're pulling this from the Kali machine, it's going to have it's going to be transfer me.txt. So don't be confused. That's how it identifies it with that extension. Okay, we're going to check on that. Step 18 says before we leave, let's kind of find out the configuration of our machine, because we're going to need the IP address to interface to this machine. We're going to need that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and launch the command line interface. Click on that search bar and type cmd, launch command prompt, and we're going to type the command IP config. I'm going to execute that command. My interface address here is the IPv4, which is the 192.168.1.100. Okay, you can write that, keep that in your head. So a couple of things before we go back to a Kali machine, right? We know what the username is, it's Kali. We know what the password of that is, password exclamation sign. And we know the file that we're going to access and transfer, which is called transfer me. And we know what the IP address of that machine is, which is 192.168.1.100. Okay, we are going to navigate back on that Kali Linux machine. Come back, Kali. Okay, we're going to create a new terminal by just going to File on this command line and click on New tab. Now we have a new terminal. So our first request is, hey, let's access that machine, that Windows machine. Okay, we know what the IP address is, so we're going to go ahead and launch the FTP command. FTP 192.168.1.100. So we're going to go ahead and execute by pressing the enter key. Okay, we're connected. So it's asking for the password for that machine. So we're going to go down and so it's asking for the username and the password for that machine. So we're going to go down. Our first thing to do is we're going to go down and unlock the username for that machine, which is Kali. There we go. We execute Kali. Password now is required. We're going to go ahead and log in the password. There we go. So we logged on. Step 22 says, hey, let's run the ls command to kind of list and see what's in the directory, administrator directory. So we're going to go ahead and launch the ls command to list everything that's contained in that administrator directory. There we go. So these are all the things that we have. The objects, cookies, desktop, documents, downloads. So our interest here is we want to access, our point of interest is the desktop because that file was created on the desktop. So we're going to come back. I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so we are going to execute a change command to access the desktop directory. So we're going to do cd space desktop. I'm going to go ahead and press enter. Okay, so we have successfully navigated our way onto the desktop directory. Okay, step 24 says, hey, let's run the ls command again and kind of list the items on the desktop to see if our interest is present on that desktop. Yep, so our interest is a transform.txt on the desktop. So we'll go ahead and check that out. Our focus is to try to get this file over to a Kali machine. So we're going to go ahead and type the get command and the file name in question. Don't forget to put the extension. Okay, successfully. So it's been successfully transferred over to desktop transform.txt. We're going to go ahead and exit the FTP connection by typing exit. There we go. Now we're going to run the ls command because once you exit that, you're back onto your Kali machine. So we're going to go ahead and run the ls command to list the items on that Kali machine to ensure that the file was successfully transferred. We're going to go ahead and type ls. There we go. See the white? That's the file that we just transferred over. So we're going to go ahead and run the second process, which is the secure copy protocol. Because at the end of the day, at the end of this exercise, we're going to compare both FTP and SCP and see why SCP is secure. So we're going to go to our Ubuntu machine. We're in our Ubuntu machine right now. I'm going to press the enter key to get this and log in a password. Okay, we're in Ubuntu machine currently. Step 2, we're going to launch the terminal and type uname. So here, in order to know, to get, we're going to go ahead and type the uname to get the system information. Uname A. So this is system information. Check step 3 off. And we're going to go ahead and type IP address so we can see the interface address of this machine. So IP address, that's a point of interest, the 192.168.1.50. Okay, now let's create a file to copy SCP. So we're going to go ahead and create a file on here using the command line interface. So we're going to do nano copy me. So the file name is going to be copy me. So nano copy me.txt. So in order to create a file in Ubuntu, you just type the nano command. So nano, and the file name is going to be copy me.txt. Press enter. So there's a file. So we're going to go ahead and add this information on there and say is SCP me. So we just add a little text and that mentions SCP me. And we're going to go ahead and save that by pressing the Control O, press the Enter key, and then we do the Control X to exit. We're back. So we're just going to go ahead and check this out for purposes of this lab that we completed these two processes. And we're going to close out of this terminal. So we're going to go ahead and click the X button. Then we're going to navigate back to our Kali machine. So we created a file in Ubuntu called copy me, and we added a text SCP me in it. So we navigated back to the Kali machine, and we are going to go ahead and run this command. Follow this command very carefully. Secure copy protocol, which is SCP, and remember the name of that machine, of that Ubuntu machine, is lab admin. So we're going to go ahead and type lab admin at the IP address to the interface of that machine, which is 192.168. Oops. Take you guys back. So we're going to do SCP, the Ubuntu machine's name, which is lab admin, at the IP address that does interface to that machine, 192.168.1.50, and to the directory in which that document is located. So it's going to be going to do colon / home / lab admin / the file name, which is copy me.txt space / home. So this is where we want to copy that document to. Home Kali / desktop. So we're using the SCP command to copy the to remotely access lab admin at 192.168.1.50 and the location, which is home lab admin copy me.txt. I'm going to go back and adjust that lab admin. I missed an A. There you go. Lab admin, and that's the file copy me.txt, and we have space here, which means we're going to copy it over to the home Kali and place it on the desktop. Just going to pull this up here just to make sure we're on the right. You see, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press the Enter key. So it's going to ask me if we want to continue this connection. So we're going to go ahead and type yes. We want to. Execute the yes. Okay. It's loading. It's definitely going to ask for a password. We're going to go ahead and type in the password and press enter. Okay. So the file has been copied 100%. You can see that. Okay, step 9, we're going to come back to our Wireshark. So we're going to maximize our Wireshark. There we go. We're going to stop our Wireshark because we've already completed the SCP and the TCP processes. Okay, now we're going to go back and review our Wireshark. So we're going to filter. Let's start with FTP. Let's filter FTP traffic and see what we get. Okay, says our focused here. Let's look at the request and maximize this. Okay, request user Kali. Okay, we're going to drill down using the we're going to drill down to the TCP stream. So we're gonna right click on here, go to follow, and our TCP stream. You can pretty much tell that everything is just out there like that, thrown out there in plain text. See that? That's the password. Username, it's in plain text. The ports, everything in plain text. You could see. So if a bad actor has actually interfered with this traffic, they already know the source, the destination, username, and the password. So, and that's it. Okay, so we are going to close this out, and we're going to clear this out, and we're going to type SSH. So we're trying to look at the secure transaction, which is the SCP one. I'm going to press enter. Okay, so when you look at yeah, you can pretty much tell, right? When you type the SCCH and filter that, you could see, you know, the protocol, and you could notice as well that it does exchange SSH keys, you know, Diffie-Hellman key exchange, and you can also notice that see the columns, it says packages are encrypted packet. So that's the difference between SCP and FTP. So FTP is not a secured mode of file transfer, but SCP it is. So we're just gonna go ahead and click on the X out, and we're going to go to File and save this. Let me click the X. Okay, we're going to go to File and Save As, and the desktop. So we're going to highlight the desktop, we're going to open the desktop, and we're going to save it as transfers.pcap. Okay, we'll click the Save button, and we're going to close our Wireshark. We've come to the end of this lab. Close all the terminal. Go ahead and submit this for grading from purposes of this lab. Please focus, master those commands on file transfer, the get command, and that process of transferring a file from Windows server to a Kali machine. Thank you.